Imagine a child with complete power to manifest whatever he wishes. Now, what will such a child manifest? He will ask for more chocolates, more toys, more video games, etc. Now, the child thinks that this is what he needs. These are his true desires, his true intentions. But is it good for him? Would this lead to his true betterment, evolution, happiness, and fulfillment? This is why I'm beginning to feel repulsive by the teachings of law of attraction and manifestation, especially the way it is taught and marketed online across the world. Today we will do a deep dive into this. We will understand the fundamental flaw in law of attraction. We will also understand how to fix that, how to truly find fulfillment in life, and how to create different things. We will also discuss this, but from a very higher perspective, by delving deep into the ancient principles of Vedanta. While superficial desires may be enticing to us, it is not the way to true fulfillment. And in fact, it can be dangerous for us in the long run, for our own evolution and for our spiritual growth. This can be the biggest obstacle. Now, in part 1, we will discuss the limitations of law of attraction. Let us explore the teachings of law of attraction in greater detail. Law of attraction simply states that our thoughts, our intentions create our reality. Like attracts like, our thoughts have an influence on reality, our emotions create the environment that we experience. So all of this, most of you are already familiar with. These are very popular teachings across the world. But what is missing in this, and why is this dangerous when we look at it from a higher perspective? Now, law of attraction suggests that positive thoughts attract positive outcomes while negative thoughts attract negative outcomes. This seductive idea implies complete control over our reality through the power of thoughts. However, this is wrong. This sense of control is just an illusion. Thoughts have an influence on our reality, but thoughts are just on the surface. We need to deep dive into the essence of reality to understand the other elements in play. For example, law of attraction doesn't talk about the teachings of karma, the memory that we carry at different dimensions that is shaping our life, that is responsible for the current life circumstances and for our future experiences. Now, I'm not saying that everything is predestined and we are supposed to experience and live a life that is already designed for us. That is not at all the idea that we promote in this channel. Our channel is all about consciousness and conscious creation. But we need to understand that thoughts are just one aspect of reality. It is not the entirety of reality. And apart from this, let us revisit that example of the child with the power of manifestation and law of attraction. What happens if we give fire to a child? This is dangerous, right? All of us understand this. Fire is dangerous in the hands of a child because the child doesn't know how to use it. Although fire by itself is a powerful tool. It can be used for cooking, it can be used to cast different things, but in the hands of an unevolved user, it can be dangerous. Just like this, law of attraction, although has certain truth to it and has a certain power associated with it, when we are not evolved and when we are not deeply clear and connected with respect to what we are manifesting can be dangerous in our life. So this is why we must seek spiritual evolution before manifestation. And spiritual evolution happens through the understanding of reality. To this, we must understand the principles of Vedanta. And to do this, let's come to part 2, which is the essential teachings of Advaita Vedanta. Now, Advaita Vedanta is simply the teachings of the ancient Upanishads that are more than 10,000 years old, which is the essence of Sanatana Dharma. And These teachings tell us about the nature of reality. Vedanta talks about the oneness of all existence. It says that we are all one in essence and we all come from one source and we are that reality. We are that God or infinite consciousness in essence. So, as per Vedanta and as per the teachings of Vedanta, there is only one reality. We are all that, but we have identified with this body and we are experiencing this dualistic life because of our identifications. And it also talks about our infinite potential. Vedanta says that what we are seeking is already within us. It is all within us. What we are wanting, what we are desiring, much more than that. Everything is within us. The source of fulfillment, joy, and abundance is within us. So, it redirects our focus, it redirects our attention inward, and it asks us to contemplate on our own self, which has the potential to create anything, to manifest anything. And more than that, it is the source of fulfillment and joy, even without creating anything. Simply by tapping into that dimension and being there, we can experience absolute fulfillment. Let us explore this further and let us understand how the teachings of Vedanta can help us in conscious creation and help us make more mature decisions in our life. The implications of the teachings of Vedanta are this. Number one, when we begin to understand that everything and everyone is one at the fundamental level, we never dare to do anything bad or negative consciously to others because we understand that it is all one reality and what we do to others, we do to ourselves at the deepest level. And not only this, we begin to formulate a purpose for our life through which we can impact the entire world in a positive way. Because we will begin to look at the entire world as an expression of ourselves and the same consciousness. And apart from this, once we understand our true potential and our true nature, even at a superficial or an intellectual level at first, we will begin to transcend and overcome competition, jealousy, and comparison. And we will begin to live our life the way we truly want to live without any hesitation. So, this is the power of Vedanta, and through this, we can take the next step, that is conscious creation. So, that is part 3, which is going beyond manifestation to conscious creation. As I have talked about in earlier videos, there are 4 stages of evolution in a person's life when we look at it from a personal development or self-improvement perspective. At first, there is unconscious living, where a person is unaware of anything. They are conditioned beings who are living a scripted life. And this is the case for most of society. They do not understand the truth of reality, nor do they understand the power of their thoughts, intentions, and their personality. But the problem is, then these people are being sold the idea of law of attraction, manifestation through different books and teachings. And then when they are empowered with the understanding of the power of their thoughts, intentions, emotions, etc., they become unconscious creators. This is the second stage, which is unconscious creation. Because they are unconscious of the nature of reality, of the oneness of all existence, of the true potential of the self, they simply begin to create from the place of unconsciousness. Now, just imagine how dangerous this is. This is exactly like giving fire to a child. And this is what is causing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and even some of the things that people are manifesting, they are not finding fulfillment in. And in many cases, they are not even able to manifest the things that they are trying hard to do because they are missing something. They are missing the essential aspect of reality, which we will discuss at the end. Now let's come to stage 3, which is conscious living. Now from this stage, we must evolve to conscious living through the principles of Vedanta, and we must understand that reality is one, We are all one in essence and we are infinite in our being. So we need not do anything, need not create anything, need not ask for anything for fulfillment. We are already full and everything is already complete. This is the understanding that we must come to. And from this place, we can then go to conscious creation. From this perspective, from this understanding, then we can begin to formulate and consciously design our ideal life through which we can impact others, our own families, and our own self. We can create success, we can create wealth, health, abundance. So there is nothing wrong in this, but what I'm saying is we must first seek evolution before manifestation, and we need to dig deep when we are trying to design our ideal life. And we need to define our ideal life very clearly after a lot of contemplation and meditation, because this is what we are creating in this world. This should be a positive thing for us and for this world. So, that only comes when we understand the essence of reality, like Vedanta talks about. This is conscious creation, where from a higher perspective, we will look at reality for what it is, we will look at ourselves for what it is, and from this place, we will design our ideal life, and then we can go about creating it through conscious creation. Conscious creation recognizes that our creative power stems from our true nature as the infinite consciousness. By understanding and embodying this truth, we naturally bring forth experiences that resonate with our highest self. This approach contrasts sharply with the traditional manifestation techniques. So, in order to make conscious creation happen, you can start with some beginner practices. Number one, you can begin meditation in your life. Just simply sitting for 10 to 15 minutes every single day and just simply witnessing your thoughts, your belief systems, your desires and motivations. And think about your desires and look at whether they are coming from a superficial level of conditioning or from a deeper place of knowing. So, this meditation and this contemplation helps you to refine your desires and align them with your true being. After this, you can begin to perform your daily activities, whatever it is, more consciously and through awareness. So, you can begin to do everything consciously as much as possible. Apart from all this, you can also make use of self inquiry. You can begin to question yourself, who you are, beyond the body, beyond the mind, beyond the name and form. What is the power that is within you, because of which you are alive, because of which you are aware, and who is this? What is this? You can begin to start this inquiry, which will lead you to some amazing revelations. So, while manifestation and law of attraction teachings focus on the external reality, Vedanta focuses on working on our internal reality and finding the truth within. It also talks about how we can find all that we are seeking within our own self. And with this understanding, when we create our reality, we create it consciously and we create it in a way in which it brings us true fulfillment. Not only this, when we are manifesting or creating through this understanding and through the power of our being, we are making use of the infinite potential. We are making use of the infinite power that we are. And once our ideal life and our desires are very clear to us, through this understanding, different aspects of our being come in alignment, through which our ideal life will naturally and easily manifest. So this starkly differs from the approach of law of attraction and manifestation, where we write down superficial desires without going deep, and we struggle to manifest it, and we create a gap between our desires and ourselves. The secret to manifestation is this. As per Vedanta, everything that is, everything that can be, and everything that there ever was is already here and now. And it is you yourself. It is your own essence at the deepest level. So, whatever it is that you are seeking, it's not separate from you in time or space. Mind creates this gap, and then mind asks you to work hard, to practice visualization, to practice affirmations, to make it happen. But in reality, there is no gap between who you are and who you want to be. It is all one reality. That is Advaita. That is non duality. So, the secret lies in understanding this deeply and creating from this understanding, from this place of power. So, through this, we are making use of that infinite potential and tuning into that reality that already is. This is the power of conscious creation, and I hope you found it valuable.